The Ibadan floods, well, a devastated disaster area. That's what the governor has designated the place now. Well, we're joined now by Mr. Bosun Oladele, who is a commissioner for information and orientation in Oyo State. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
Okay, well, yes, indeed, an unfortunate scenario. But when the governor declares a devastated disaster area, is it the entire Ibadan that he's declared that?
Yes, definitely, because it affected most part of Ibadan.
Tell us about it.
Yes, we have 11 local governments in Ibadan. Flood ravaged all the 11 local governments, at least sections of each of the local government. And if you look at the loss that people suffered in terms of material, in terms of their houses, and some lives that were lost, then definitely you know it touched the whole of Ibadan.
But at the moment, different agencies are working together on this matter. What can you tell us about the successes that they've recorded and challenges that they face from your perspective?
Yes, there have been challenges because, you know, as it is now, we have planning challenges, we have accessibility challenges, because most part of Ibadan, as it is, to access them is difficult due to lack of planning in the past. And all these are things that the government of the day will address as we go.
Is there a database that the government of the day is working with in terms of how many people are estimated stay here, how many have been affected here, how many are we looking for, who's looking for who, all of those figures?
Yes, definitely we have to start from the scratch. Before now, there hadn't been Ministry of Urban and Regional Planning and Physical Planning, but now that was just an agency under the Ministry of Lands and Housing. But now His Excellency has created that ministry with a competent hand to handle it. We are going to have to map out that. His Excellency was very, very aware of the challenges of the planlessness of some of the areas, and that was why he created that ministry, so that we can, from there, move ahead.
Tell us more on that.
Okay.
Sorry, Chamberlain, maybe you should just speak it more on that. It looks like you already have a clue as to what actually went wrong. Is it as a result of an unplanned city?
Yeah, you see, not just that. Attitude of people.
How?
Number one, when you see rain falling, people bring out their dustbins and empty that into the drains. And I always say, if you empty yours into the drain and the water carries it away, definitely some people will have done that upstream and it's going to get to you. That's one. Two, when people build houses without the necessary approval, or when they get the approval that they were not supposed to get, definitely all this will affect the other adjoining buildings when it floods. So that's exactly what we're facing now.
Okay, did you guys get any warning whatsoever from NIMET or from NEMA? Yes, there were warnings earlier this year all over the country that rains were going to be super heavy, but did you get any inkling as to what was going to happen on Friday?
Yes, you see, that's the reason for orientation and reorientation. People take what they see on television, what they read in the news, what they hear as public service announcement, they take it with so much levity. We have to really imbibe that culture now, because in the past, when you are on air, Channels TV, you put it there, there's going to be heavy rain in this part of the country, and so on and so forth. And you know, these days, we use so much of communication equipment, BlackBerry, iPod, and all the rest. You see weather situation, forecast for like 1 week, people are not enlightened, or they just take it for granted without paying much attention. Definitely, if you don't pay attention to some of these things, it will definitely catch up with you.
Did the states pay attention to it? What did the states do? I think that's a question.
Yes, there have been reports in the past. You know, when the incident occurred in Lagos State, there have been series of reports that rains this year will be heavier than usual. And definitely, if it was going to be heavier than usual, the state media, that's the television and the radio arm, had always been warning people, don't throw your dustbin into the drains, don't build on the water park.
That's your ministry in terms of orientation and information.
The reason why this is important is because if they had gotten warning of any sort, the state would have been better prepared. They possibly would have had relief camps by now and evacuated people out. So even if you cannot minimize or you cannot get rid of, you cannot eliminate properties being destroyed, you can eliminate lives being lost.
That's right.
So that's very important. It's very important to know that this particular disaster was going to occur on Friday. Did you get any warning in specific, any specific warning concerning the disaster,
there wasn't any
on
specific
Friday?
Warning that the disaster was going to occur on a Friday. That's 26th. There wasn't any specific warning regarding that. And if you have rains will be heavy and so on and so forth. What people will avert their mind to, maybe, is traffic situation and the fact that you stay at home. These are the basic things that you think of. That's why it's a natural disaster. But it's just that it's unfortunate that in our own attitude of doing things, we also assisted the natural disasters to have effect.
So for this particular incident, it wasn't a natural disaster?
Well, heavy rain ordinarily would be. What we are witnessing in the U.S., for example, you have the hurricane. The technology is there, fine. They will warn people ahead. Hurricane Irene is coming. It's going to be this level and that level. In Nigeria, we are still developing to that level, and I believe with the government of the day, especially in Oyo State, we'll get there.